Welcome, guys. Good day to everyone. This is group 112 presenting on device drivers. So, based on our last week meeting, we talked about operating system. We said it is a software that helps manages the computer software and the hardware to communicate with each other. So today's topic is going to be based on the devices that are in the operating system. So by the end of today's lesson, we are going to identify, or we must also identify and exploit the use of device drivers, and also explain plug and play devices. And we are going to demonstrate how to install, update, and delete drivers. So first of all, with a quick one, let's explain what a device driver is. One thing we must take note of it is that when we talk of device drivers, it is a crucial software which enables communication between your operating system and hardware devices. So for example, if we have a school, we know that we had a headmaster in a school. As a student like me, if I want to communicate to the headmaster, I need an intermediate, let's say the class teacher, to report to, so that the class teacher can also report what I have reported to him to the headmaster. So this intermediate is what we term as the device drivers. They serve as a go-between converting commands from the operating system into action that the hardware can comprehend, and vice versa. So let's talk about some of the examples of the device drivers. When we talk of examples or the types of device drivers, we have the sound drivers. So the sound driver serves as a go-between the speakers, which is the hardware, so that it can control the audio equipment like the speakers, microphone, and the sound cards. This makes it easier to capture and play sound on the computer. So if you have an operating system on your laptop and you don't have a sound driver or sound drivers, though you have a speaker in the laptop, but the speaker cannot communicate to the operating system. For the sound to come out for you to hear what you are playing, that's where the sound drivers comes in, so that it can communicate with the speaker for you to hear what you are playing on the laptop. So we have the microphones too. When you want to do a recording, and with the help of the sound driver, that helps you to record and play to your hearing. We have sound cards and others. We also have a videographic drivers. These drivers manage how visuals are rendered and displayed on a screen. They are necessary for the correct operations of integrated graphics and video cards, which allow users to see images and movies. So with this videographic driver, we are saying that whenever the video is played on a laptop, it is through these drivers which enables us to see what is going on in the movie. So without the videographic drivers, we cannot play a video on the computer. Let's move on to other types of device drivers. We have the network drivers. It allows network gear like network interface cards or Wi-Fi adapters to communicate with the computer. One challenge I was having the last time I was using my computer is I was unable to on the Wi-Fi on my laptop, not knowing that I have not updated the Wi-Fi adapters. So without updating the network drivers, it is impossible for you to connect with your Wi-Fi or use your Wi-Fi on the laptop. So it enables the computers to send and receive data via a network by facilitating connectivity to the internet and local networks. So this also comprises of using of Bluetooth and the others. So without the network drivers, it is impossible for you to switch on the Bluetooth. In most cases, if you can't even find the Bluetooth icon on the notification. So if you find this problem on your laptop, it's because, or mainly it's because there is no network driver on your system, and therefore you need to download or install the network drivers. We have printer drivers. So for the printer drivers, it converts the data to be printed from one that the printer can read to another format. It gives computer the ability to transmit print jobs to printers while controlling print parameters such as color choices, paper size, and print quality. So with the printer drivers, it also enables the computer to communicate with the printer. So with the help of the printer drivers, that's where you can issue commands on the printer itself, and it will be reflecting on the computer. It is through the printer drivers that helps you to print and communicate on the computer. We also have storage drivers. So with the storage drivers, you could see it control the exchange of data between the operating system of the computer and storage devices such as optical SSD and the hard drives. So with the storage drivers, it also helps you to store or exchange data between the operating system and the computer and the storage device such as the optical SSD and the rest. So the storage drivers helps you to store something on your SSD where you can retrieve it at any time you want and even send it to other users. Use assures that the data is correctly formatted. It's correctly formatted and preserved by enabling the reading and writing of data to and from storage devices. So with the help of the storage drivers, that's where you can also store things on your system. USB drivers. So ensure that link USB devices and USB ports are operational. So if you buy a laptop or a computer or system units, we are known that, or it is part of the device that you have a portion or you have a port called USB. That's the Universal Serial Bus. So this USB helps you to put in your pen drives and copy something from pen drives and other stuffs. For this port to be operational, it needs USB drivers. So the USB drivers helps us to copy something from our pen drives, also use the USB port sometimes even to charge our phones and the rest. All this operational function because of the USB drive. Also permit the computer communicate with a range of USB accessories, including external storage devices, flash drive, keyboards, and mice. So as I have already explained earlier, we also have chipset drivers. These chipset drivers regulate the exchange of information between the motherboard's memory, CPU, and other hardware elements. It also improves the system's stability and performance while making sure that every piece of hardware function as a whole. So it regulates the information between the motherboard's memory, that is the CPU, other hardware elements. This helps the processes so that we can achieve what we wanted to do. So it also helps the performance. So if your chipset drivers are not working properly, that means the performance of your computer will be something else. The next aspect we are going to talk about is the plug and play in devices. And our brother is going to continue from there. So
I'm taking plug and play devices. Plug and play devices is a technology or technique known as a technique that makes it easier to add hardware devices to a computer system. It enables the operating system to identify and set up new hardware automatically, making it usable and accessible without requiring human use configuration. So with this technology, we are going to look at the features of plug and play devices. And one feature is automatic detection, drive installation, configuration and resources allocations, and hot swapping. I'm going to explain one after the other. With the automatic detection, plug and play devices is automatically detected by the system when it is linked or connected to a computer. The device type is determined by the operating system, which also varies that the required drives are present. With drive installation, the system has ability to install the necessary drives automatically if they are not already installed. For instance, be it pen drive or hard disk that is being connected to your system, which happens that the drives is not or were not already installed. With the help of plug and play devices, when it is linked or connected to the devices, it will be automatically installed, either downloaded from the internet or the computer local storage devices. Configuration and resources allocation. The device is configured by the operating system, which also assigns DMA, direct memory access channels, input-output addresses, and interrupt request lines. By doing this, it is ensured that the device can function without interfering with other hardware elements. Hot swapping, point number 4. Hot swapping or switching, which allows the devices to be attached and detached without restarting the computer, is a feature that many plug and play devices offer. Devices that uses Thunderbolt and USB often have this feature. Examples of plug and play devices. There are many examples of plug and play devices, and in this tutorials we have grouped them into many sections, such as USB devices, external storage devices, peripheral devices, network devices, and multimedia devices. I start with the USB devices. Example of the USB devices are mice, keyboards, printers, external hard drives, flash drives, and backups. The usage of these devices, because USB ports are globally and USB devices are easily to use, they are intensively used. They are suitable for portable use since they are easy to connect and disengage. External storage devices. Example of storage devices are external hard drives, USB flash drives, memory card readers. These devices offer more storage and facilitates file transfer between PCs. Peripherals, example of plug and play devices. Monitors, speakers, microphones, and wake-ups. With the ability to provide inputs, microphones, or output monitors, peripherals improve the performance of computers. Network devices. Example of network devices with respect to plug and play devices: Wi-Fi adapters, Ethernet adapters, and Bluetooth toggles. By enabling network access, these gadgets let PC connect wirelessly by Ethernet to internet or other devices. Multimedia devices, as far as plug and play devices are concerned, examples are digital cameras, camera recorders, PM3 players. Media data, including pictures, movies, and music, are transferred to and from the computer via these devices. I hope I'll be ending here for a college presenter to continue with demonstration on how to install, update, and delete drivers. Thank you.
Hello, welcome back to our lesson. I'm continuing from where my brother started. We will be looking at demonstrations on how to install, update, and delete drivers. And it says that there are a few processes involved in installing, updating, and removing drivers. And the method may differ significantly based on the operating system, which is the OS, being utilized. Since Windows is one of the most popular operating systems, we will concentrate on discussing these procedures for common operating system here. While exact procedures may vary, the essential concepts are applicable to different operating systems such as Linux and Mac OS. What we mean over here is we have several ways of installing drivers, updating drivers, and also deleting drivers. Mac OS have a way of installation and updating as well as deleting also. When we go to Windows, it also have a way of doing the installation of drivers and also updating. And when we come to the deleting, also it has a way of doing things. Linux as an operating system also has a way of installation, deleting, and updating drivers. So let's look at how drivers are installed. Remember that we have two types of installation. That is the automatic way of installing. Let's look at the automatic way of installation first. Automatic installation procedure. 1. Attach the new hardware component to your PC. The new device ought to be automatically deleted by the OS. Over here, let's take printer for example. When you attach a printer to a PC device, it will be automatically deleted. It will be deleted by the OS, the operating system. And what is it going to delete it automatically? The operating system will look for the required driver online. In its internal database or on the device itself. That is, some have embedded drivers. Over here too, that is step 2. Over here too, the device itself will locate or will look for the driver for its own self. If it is online, it will go there to fetch the required driver that will help the device to function. Some are also embedded drivers. Some devices are also embedded drivers. Some devices have the drivers already in its mode of has an embedded drivers, and that is they have their own drivers inside there, and this way the operating system will look for it automatically in their database for itself for installation. 3. The operating system, which is the OS, will locate the driver and install it, after which the device should start working. Over here, the operating system, after it has located the driver and have installed it, you will see the device working as it wasn't earlier doing that. Step 4, which happened to be the last but not the least. As an illustration, attach a fresh printer to the USB. After identifying it, the system install the necessary drivers. Over here, attaching a printer to a USB cable of a computer, you can identify it that the system has installed the necessary drivers that the computer wants or needs to function with it. We are also looking at how to install drivers manually. This needs the user's effort to do that, and it's not automatically. The user would do for his own self or her own self. Let's see the procedures for that. 1. Download the driver. Over here, visit the manufacturer's website to get the driver. Make sure the driver you download is compatible with the OS version and device model. In this case, when the user is downloading the driver that the device needs to operate on, the user have to see the driver or have to look at the driver that is appropriate for the operating system to operate on it, and also as well the model, the device model. If the user didn't do it in this way, the device still remain unfunctionable. It cannot operate on any driver until it gets its own driver. That is why the user may have to make sure the driver he or she downloads is compatible with the OS version and the device model the device has. Installation procedures for Windows. To install the driver, run the downloaded executable file. That is often EXE, and that is for Windows. Often Windows use that EXE as and adhere to the prompt on the screen. Over here, after you have downloaded the driver from the website, make sure that you run it. After running it, you make sure to adhere to the prompt on the screen. Follow the steps or the commands on the screen to install that driver on the device. On the other hand, when we come to the Mac OS, double click the DMG. That is the extension for that. The DMG file that has been downloaded, drag the driver program into the application folder and launch the installation. On Mac also, after you have downloaded the file, what you just after you have passed all these procedures, make sure the computer restarts. And this restart will allow your effortness to do that. You will make sure that you will restart the computer. And after the restarting, you will see the computer or the device is working as you want. I'll leave on this platform right now for my brother to continue.
So we are moving to updating drivers. Automatic updates. Here are the procedures that you will follow to update your drivers. Driver updates can be automatically found and installed using Windows Update or software tool provided by the device vendor. And the second one is to check for updates in Windows. Go to Settings, Update, and Security. Then you search for Windows Updates. Then we move on to the second updating drivers, which is manual updates. And here are the procedures. Get the most recent driver. Get the most recent driver version from the manufacturer's website, then adhere to the installation guidelines. The second one is update using Windows Device Manager. Then you launch the Device Manager. The third one is use the device right-click menu to choose updates driver. And the fourth one is if the driver has been downloaded, select search automatically for update driver software or browse my computer for drivers. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm going to walk you through how to install drivers from the device manager. Let's start by right-clicking on the Start button. You launch or open the device manager. You walk through the device to find the available driver that you want to install. If not recognized, then you can search for it. If you can see the drivers available, let's say taking Bluetooth for an example, you click on it, then you right click on one of the drivers available for Bluetooth. So let's take Microsoft Bluetooth LE enumerator. So right click on it and you select update driver. Once clicked on it, this pop-up appears. You're asking how do you want to search for drivers? There are two options available. One is search automatically for drivers and the other is browse from my computer. When searching for drivers automatically, Windows will search for available drivers which is embedded or already installed, or you go manually by browsing through the drivers where it is located by you. Alternatively, you can go by searching for driver automatically by selecting browse my computer for drivers and go to the folder containing the driver. Let's move to updating drivers. In updating drivers, there are two ways. One is automatic updates and manual updates. For the automatic updates, drivers can be automatically found and installed using Windows Update or the software tool provided by the device vendor. For this, it can be detected online or where the driver is installed on the PC, or it can be an embedded one. So for this, the device or the PC you are using will automatically detect the driver from any location. To check for updates in Windows, go to Settings, Updates and Security, and Windows Update. So let me walk you through. Let's go to Settings. You open the settings. You move straight to Windows Update as located here. Once click on it, you check through to find if there are available drivers to install or Windows Update. If not, then you end the updation. You can go manually, which is option 2, manual updates. Get the most recent driver, which is the recent or updated driver which is available. You go manually by following the steps that I'm going to walk you through. 1. You need to launch the device manager. Once launched, you select the driver that you want to update for the available device. Let's say network adapters. You right click on any of the drivers that you want to update. So let's say wide area network mini ports. You right click on it and click on update drivers. You follow the same procedure as discussed earlier in the other slide. Thank you. Once done, you are now moving to the deleting of drivers. Deleting drivers have different way in performing the action. 1. Using device manager or using the control panel. I'm going to walk you through using the device manager. First of all, you need to launch or open the device manager by right clicking on the start button. You check through the options available and select device manager. Once the device manager is selected or opened, you right click on any of the drivers you want to uninstall or delete. Let's say you want to delete or uninstall ThinkPad Bluetooth 4.0. You right click on it and you click on uninstall device. When you click on the uninstall device, you follow the prompt that will be given to you. Or you can use the control panel. If you wish to get rid of the driver files from the system, you select delete the driver software for this PC option. Verify the removal. It's possible for the device to go from the list or show up under other devices. This is an illustration on what I did using the device manager. Let's move to when using the control panel. Using the control panel, you need to open the control panel by right clicking on the start button, you open settings. You search for control button. When using the control panel to delete a driver, you need to first click on the start button and you search for control panel. You open the control panel, you click on or open programs. You open programs and features, and you look through the application that you want to delete that's related to the drivers you want to delete. So let's take 7-Zip as an example. So you click on it and you click on install to delete 8 drivers. This is an illustration on how to delete a driver from the PC you are using. This is an illustration from Windows 10. Thank you for watching this video. Today we discussed on various device drivers, plug and play devices, and how to install, update and delete drivers. Thank you for watching this video once again. Make sure to go through the assessment or the quiz provided on the blog and see how your performance on what you've learned so far. Stay safe and take care.